Hey there, my name's David and you're watching the Restyle File. I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and eBay, and I also like to consign on The RealReal. I love making reselling content, including what sold videos, thrift with me's, and thrift hauls. And today, I have a thrift haul of items that I've sourced here in the Rio Grande Valley. I'm currently doing a little bit of traveling, so I currently have my closet on vacation mode, but that is not stopping me from doing every reseller's favorite activity, which is sourcing. I'm going to show you guys some of the items that I picked up. I'm going to let you know what brands, what I paid for them, and what I expect to price them for and possibly making profit. But before we get into that, please make sure that you like, comment, share this video, and make sure that you're subscribed and that you hit the bell icon. That way you're notified every time I upload a new video. It really helps out this channel. I've also recently started making shorts if you like shorter content, so please make sure to check those out as well. So first item I have here is this sort of romper slash play suit, and it cost $3.99. I picked that up at a thrift city and I am not familiar with the label at all. It says JJ Fargo, but I checked comps for this type of item and there aren't a lot of them, but they seem to sell around the $30 to $40. So I thought that was comfortable enough and I just like it. So I mostly bought it just because I like it. And I think it'll be a great item for summer. I'll probably list this at about $40 myself. The next item I have here is a vintage polka dot sort of maxi dress. And I just liked it because it has this sort of unique back detail. It's kind of like a crisscross applesauce kind of thing. And it has no brand label, and the size tag is pretty hard to decipher what's on there. I feel like I just very recently said that I hate buying things that don't have a size. It was about $6.56 regular price, and I had a 55% discount at Family Thrift Center. So that means I paid just under $3 for this, which I can live with. I'll probably just list it as a very general size, like a medium, and provide measurements in my listing. But I think I could probably swing about $30 to $40 for this item. But I think the back detail will be enough to give this some intrigue. The next item I have here is a black mini dress. It is by Eileen Fisher. You can't see it because it's behind this tag, but it's kind of an odd one in my opinion, just because I don't see this as seeming very Eileen Fisher-esque. Eileen Fisher is usually much more known for minimalist pieces, and these silk sleeves and trims seem very maximalist in a sense. It was $7.57 regular price, and it was 55% off, so I paid roughly about $3.41. So I figured $3.41 for Eileen Fisher, can't go wrong. We'll see how it does. I'll probably list it at about $50 and hopefully get somewhere in the $30 to $40 range. Next item here is a blue smocked maxi dress, possibly like longer end of midi, and it has this open back detail. It's a size extra small and it costs $7.98 regular price. And it is by Nation Ltd, which is pretty expensive retail and resells decently. Whenever I've had Nation in the past, it does tend to sit for a while. I'll probably list it at about $75 and hopefully get somewhere between $45 to $60 for it. And I picked this up at Texas Thrift. This next item I picked up today actually, and it is a midi length with another smock detailed waist, and it is a leopard print, and it's by Kate Spade, and it's a size extra large. I paid $14.99 for this item at Texas Thrift today, and I just checked the comps on it. Kate Spade can be a little bit hit and miss, but the comps on this dress were very good. It appears to be fairly recent, I think from about 2021, and it's a great size. It retails for about $300 and some dollars, but I think I'm going to list it at about $100 and hopefully get somewhere between the $60 to $75 range for this dress. This next dress is a new to me brand, but I picked it just because I like the sort of psychedelic 90s Y2K-ish details on this dress, and it is new with tags. The brand is Cosel. It says Queen of Fashion on the tag, which leads me to believe this might be some sort of Instagram label. But the fact that it says 42 also leads me to believe that it might be European. Green was discounted when I purchased it at Texas Thrift, so it was about 30% off, so that means I paid roughly $7 for this dress. And it's long and it has a nice back detail. You can see roughly right there. Hopefully I'll be able to get a picture here. But there really weren't a lot of comps for this, or it looks like the comps that I could find were for a slightly different dress in the same print. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic for this and maybe try listing it about 70, just because I think it's very on trend and I could see it doing well. We'll see if I live to regret that. Next item here is a long Hawaiian maxi dress, and it is by a new to me brand. It's by Princess Kawailani. I'm probably butchering that, my apologies. And this was also at 55% off of $757, so roughly $350. It's just a nice staple summer piece, and Hawaiian stuff tends to sell well in the hotter months. It is super hot right now, and I'm actually going to probably list this for about $50. I may have also just picked it up just because it was so cheap, and I know that this piece can do decent in the summer. This next item here was a sort of style pickup. It is a designer label, and it's vintage. It is a blue velvet velour oversized slouchy 80s 90s double-breasted blazer, and it is by Norma Kamali, and you can see that it was sold at Bergdorf Goodman, and I paid $10 for this item. To be honest, this was a kind of a gamble, just because I saw some comps and they seemed to be decent for this exact same one. I think it was a slightly different color. But I've never really tried selling Norma Kamali before. I think I have one dress and it's damaged, so I don't think it's a good reference point. But rather than sending this straight to the RealReal, I'm going to try listing this myself and see how it does. And I'm going to be ambitious. Just based off of the comps that I saw, I'm going to try listing it at about 100 and hopefully land somewhere in the $50 to $70 mark. Just because I think it's cool. It might also not really be the season for it. I feel like velvet is more of a fall fabric. We'll see. These next two items are winter coats that I actually sourced in the bodegas, where I pay by the pound at about 30 cents a pound. So they cost next to nothing, but I think these are going to be going into the RealReal, just because they are vintage and these are labels that I know they accept, and sometimes they price them decently. This first one is a black double-breasted wool coat by Bill Blass, and unfortunately it is missing a button. I am going to have to see if I could find one that might match these other ones decently. Otherwise I might have to completely scrap all the buttons if I find another trench coat and maybe just cannibalize it for those buttons, which would be awful. I would hate having to sell all that, but we'll see how that one goes. This will be sent into the RealReal after I attack it with a lint roller because it appears to have a lot of dog hair on it. And this next one is a double-breasted wool coat. And I have sent this label in before, vintage, and it did work out really well the last time I sent it in. It is Macintosh. And I feel like I see this one actually fairly often, but I only just this last time actually picked one of them up and sent them into the RealReal, and they priced it at about $230, I think, and it actually sold somewhat quickly for more or less that amount. So I made roughly $80 or so, I think, on that particular coat. And I'm hoping that that'll be replicated with this one. I'm just now finding out that the pockets are torn. I think I should be able to stitch that up. wish me luck. That is not all that I have. I do have accessories and shoes next. Starting with this. Remember how I've said never skip the belt section? Well, let me say again, never skip the belt section. Because this belt was $4 more or less. This was at Texas Thrift, and you should probably be able to tell what it is just from the buckle. And it's going to be impossible for it to give you the true detail on there, but it does say Gucci Italy in the world's tiniest print on this buckle. Now, the only foreseeable issue is that I don't think the belt it's attached to is Gucci. I think it's just the buckle. And I have seen before, I think the Real World does sell only buckles. But considering that it's the double G logo, granted a very vintage one, and also this is very tarnished, I might actually try to sell this myself. We'll see. Next item here are these shoes. They are Y2K as all get out. And they are not by Converse, of course. They are by Predictions, which I think was a Payless brand from back in the day. Might even be a Walmart brand. But I checked comps on these and they appear to be pretty decent. I'm confident that I could probably get about 35 to maybe 50 even for these. Something to note is that they do have the pleather wearing on the interiors. But even then, I still think that they'll do fairly well. You can see here that they were priced at $9.59. But this was on the day that I had a 55% discount, so I paid $4 and some change on these. Now at a glance, these would potentially be a very exciting designer find. If you think they're Miu Miu, they're not. These are punk-inspired ballet flats. They have this cool ribbon that you can tie around your leg, and a buckle detail, and Miu Miu has a style exactly like this. So these are very clearly knockoffs, but they are by a brand that is sold at Anthropologie, KMB. KMB? I'm not 100% sure, but they're decent quality. They're real leather. And the punk Miu Miu stuff that has been fairly recent has been doing really well from what I can hear from other resellers. So I'm actually pretty excited about these. I picked these up at the bodega as well, so I paid roughly $2 for them, and I'm gonna list them at probably about $50, just considering how on trend they are and the fact that I could not find any other comps. Another score that I found today at the Texas Thrift in Harlingen was these. They are velvet smoking slipper slash flats by Birdies. They're size 9, and I paid $6 for them. I've had pretty good luck with Birdies in the past, so I'm fairly confident that I could list these from $40 to $50. They're in great condition and they're a nice basic style. We'll see. I did not expect to find this brand at Texas Thrift later today in McAllen, but I found Rothy's. And they're not in the best condition. They do have some pilling and some snagging and some stains there. The tips don't look incredible, but not the worst I've seen. And they might even look good after a lint roller and also throwing them into the wash. And they are a size 7.5, and I paid a great price for them. I paid about $6, which I will take. Once I get these cleaned up, I'm confident that I can list them for anywhere from $50 to $75, and they should sell fairly quick. And the last item I have here, I also purchased at Texas Thrift today in Harlingen, and I was fairly well surprised just because it's this little black clutch bag, And initially when I looked at it in the store, I was just thinking, it's probably like a cheap, dinky little clutch bag. Maybe Jessica McClintock or No Label or that A New Day label from Target or something. But I don't know why, I just thought it was charming. And it has this nice little floral zipper. And then I checked the interior, and the interior needs some cleaning. But the label is Judith Lieber, which is actually a very famous handbag designer. She makes really incredible diamond encrusted bags. If I'm thinking of pop culture references, she made the one that you may have seen in an episode of Sex and the City where Big gives Carrie this really sort of ridiculous bag. That bag was Judith Lieber, and those bags are worth a lot of money. And a plain bag like this is probably not worth that much, but it is still a really great find. I paid about $7 for it because orange was 30% off today. After I clean it, I may try to list this myself, maybe at about $100. That seems to be a very common price for purses like these by Judith Lieber. But I was pretty excited to find this. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't sell in a few months, I might also send this into the RealReal. That's it for my thrift haul. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know what item was your favorite from the items I sourced. And also, have you found anything incredible lately? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure you like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That way you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible sales week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! So, something that I bought for myself, just because I do buy things for myself as well. This little bag. I know that little bags are kind of on their way out and big bags are coming back in, but I am still such a sucker for a tiny, stupid bag. And this bag is just beautiful leather. I paid $25 basically at a boutique for it, and it was a complete impulse buy. I didn't look at the brand or anything. I bought it just purely on, I like the style of this little bag. And I just looked at it now, and it is by this label called Johnny Farah. This leather is so soft and so incredible, and these are really expensive retail. They appear to be based in Lebanon, and they do have a store in New York as well, but their bags cost anywhere from $300 to like $600 or $700, and they're all made with really incredible leather. For what I saw for comps, it doesn't look like they sell very consistently for a lot of money. But as I stated, I bought this for myself. I am very excited about having this little bag. And on that note as well, if you're in the market for a really nice quality leather bag, I encourage you to look up this brand on Poshmark. They have a lot of bags by this brand that are pretty moderately priced and are all super stylish. I am very tempted to pick up a few others for myself as well. Have you ever found a brand that you did not know previously but that you found out about through reselling that you like a lot now? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!